Bad Bunny was announced to perform at the Super Bowl next year, and it's been a bit of a controversy. To preface this, I'm not a huge fan of all of his music. It's very much typical pop music involving loose sexual activity and things like that, which just isn't my taste, but I definitely don't think he shouldn't be allowed to perform at the Super Bowl solely based on the fact that he's from Puerto Rico. A lot of people say he shouldn't be performing because he's not American, but honestly, who cares? Why would that even matter? He's there to be a performer while waiting on football to resume, not to be a symbol of white European Americans. But besides that, Bad Bunny is American. North and South America are two large continents encompassing 35 different countries, all of which belong to America. So Mexicans, for example, are all Americans because Mexico is in North America. That misunderstanding is just a huge pet peeve of mine. I understand what they're really trying to say is that he's not a US citizen. But actually, he is. Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory, and people born there have been considered U.S. citizens by birth since 1917. Another point that people make is that English is the official language of the U.S., so why would we have a Super Bowl performance in a language that most viewers can't even understand? Which is a fair point, but again, it's a performance just for entertainment. Bad Bunny is a global artist and known by millions all over the world, but if you don't like him, that's okay. They're not forcing you to. Just turn off the TV until football comes back on and go get some nachos or something, but I digress. Until this year, actually, the U.S. has had no official language, representing how our country is like a big melting pot. Historically, America has always been very linguistically and culturally diverse, welcoming people from all over the world, except for the Native Americans who were here first, and the Africans who we stole and objectified to the highest degree possible. But besides them, we're very inclusive and welcoming. In the 1780s, the United States printed translations of our Constitution and distributed them to German-speaking citizens. They didn't just tell them to go learn English. And at that time, 37% of Pennsylvania's population was of German origin. It's estimated that as many as 4.5 million Irish arrived in America between 1820 and 1930, and 4 million Italians immigrated to the U.S. by 1920. While English is now the official federal language, some states such as Hawaii and Alaska have multiple official languages like Hawaiian and indigenous languages. And did you know that Spanish has been in the U.S. for longer than English? It was spoken in places like Florida, Texas, New Mexico, decades before the first English settlements, such as Plymouth. Today, over 41 million people in the U.S. speak Spanish at home, making it the second most spoken language in the country. Mexico is the second largest NFL audience by country, and according to the NFL, last year in Mexico, there was a total audience reach of 24.1 million people. The Super Bowl has always featured the top global artists, and right now, one of the biggest artists on the planet is Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny being the chosen performer does show how far Latin music and culture have come, and how it's now part of mainstream United States entertainment.